Hi all, Jeff Hulett here. I'm a decision confidence builder. Today, we're going to discuss negotiations and building your BATNA. You can learn more in my book, Making Choices, Making Money. Some people feel uncomfortable with negotiating. This is unfortunate. Good negotiation leads to better outcomes for all. A good negotiation is a form of good communication where all parties express their key preferences. This creates a better platform for productive long-term relationships. When negotiating, identifying and actively building a best alternative to a negotiated agreement or BATNA is important to both understanding your own negotiating position and to help you build negotiating confidence. Next, we'll explain the BATNA. Further on, we provide a job change BATNA-based example. In negotiation theory, the best alternative to a negotiated agreement or BATNA refers to the most advantageous alternative course of action a party can take if negotiations fail and agreement cannot be reached. Think of the BATNA as a way to manage your own emotions. You never want to be boxed into a corner like you must choose option A. A set of BATNAs is what lets you objectively walk away from a negotiation. More important, a set of credible BATNAs will help you feel more confident with making your final decision. A BATNA is the key focus and the driving force behind a successful negotiator. There are many situations in our everyday life requiring negotiation, such as a car, a home, insurance, a new job, plane tickets, and so many others. Also, in our business lives, we regularly negotiate big contracts, employee salaries, or incentives. However, we may neglect to build our BATNAs. This is really unfortunate. It does take some extra time and energy to build BATNAs, but it is very worthwhile. Without credible alternatives, we are putting ourselves at a significant disadvantage. In fact, the basis for economic discrimination is a buyer that fails to build a sufficient alternative set before negotiating. In general, you should not accept a worst case resolution than its BATNA. Care should be taken to ensure that deals are accurately valued, taking into account all considerations such as relationship value, time value of money, and the likelihood that the other party will live up to their side of the bargain. Understanding the other party's BATNA is helpful too. This information is crucial as the BATNA determines the other side's negotiating power. Do not be afraid to ask questions. Sometimes conclusions can be drawn by determining their main interests, and the negotiating itself can be used to verify or falsify assumptions. For example, let's say you are negotiating for a new job and you want to understand how time-sensitive the job is. To do this, you could request a later start date. If this late start date is rejected, this is a tell. You now know the quick start is important to the employer. This could be helpful when negotiating the salary. When changing jobs, at some point, compensation negotiations will be required. The most important element to a successful compensation is building a strong BATNA. Next is the salary negotiation top 10 list. 1. Start by pursuing similar jobs at multiple companies. It's important to build credible alternatives. 2. Do primary research to determine typical compensation for similar jobs in similar markets. It's worth paying for this information. 3, when working with the company, recruiters ask them what the standard salary range is for the intended role. You'd be surprised what they will tell you. Then 4, upon receiving the offer, consider asking for more money. Utilize your BATNA knowledge as the foundation for compensation challenge. Remember, receiving an offer is a tell. It means they want you and meet or exceed their hiring requirements. Really well done. 5, remember, compensation has a few different levers: salary, bonus pool, ownership, benefits, signing bonus, etc. You will need to weigh each form of comp. 6, and I'm running out of fingers, in most companies, the recruiter is your main interface. They will likely have some leeway to negotiate salary. Beyond this leeway, they will need to get approval from a hiring manager or others. Don't feel bad for negotiating or worry that you may look bad. If you have a well-researched BATNA, you will look good for advocating for yourself with thoughtful reasoning. They want employees like that. 7, when possible, do not share your current salary comp. This is giving up important information that helps the recruiter more than it helps you. In a number of states, it is illegal for recruiters to ask for salary info. 8, endeavor to understand the incentives of the agents involved with hiring you. The recruiter is more of a broker. They are incented to fill a position based on the job. 9, ultimately, the company will come back with a counteroffer. You will need to decide, is it worth it? Whether or not you should pursue your BATNA. Always be professional, always communicate with clear, concise, and with appreciation. If you end up not taking the offer, you want them to leave them wishing you had. And then 10, is a phantom BATNA okay? Meaning, is it okay to manufacture a fictional offer? Maybe, but be careful. Your credibility is important, and the BATNA is part of your own psychology and confidence. So let me leave you with this. Some people feel uncomfortable with negotiating. This is unfortunate. Good negotiation leads to better outcomes for all. Good negotiation is a form of good communication, where all parties express their key preferences. Focusing on your BATNA is the foundation of a good negotiation and a productive long-term relationship. You've got this.